So here we have Ranger. And the cool thing about Ranger is Ranger has some of the coolest melee animations in the game. And as you can see its spirit animals kind of come out as you're attacking. And it's probably one of the coolest things ever. And I remember wanting to play a Ranger so bad when I first started. My wife plays a Ranger now, and she absolutely adores it. But if you want the ultimate range class, Ranger is definitely for you. And another cool thing about Ranger is all the pets. Let's see. So, man, if you love collecting, you're going to be collecting all of these pets, and then new pets are added every single expansion. Let's see if we can switch one of these out actually to see what this is, because I've never saw this before. Okay, I guess you need the expansion or whatever for this. Special skill. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can't bring that out, but that's fine. Oh, actually, you know why? Because we're in combat. Let's get out of combat first, so you can see what that actually is. Now, the sad part is the Rangers don't actually use their bow in PvE. Well, they don't use it in a raid situation. In a situation where, you know, you actually need high DPS, they kind of go towards melee. So if you want a melee class that can actually range, this may not be a bad class for you. And I guess I'm still in combat somehow. Somebody put me back in combat. That's sad. Okay. Wow, that is crazy looking. I've actually never seen this pet before. It looks like a monkey face lion or something like that. It's really crazy looking. But you can command your pet to attack, and all your pets have special attacks, which is really cool. And you can join your pet in the melee. You have a block for your great sword. You have Ranger has a lot of stuff. The thing that they don't have a lot of is traps. And I know if you ever played Guild Wars 1, you know, Rangers were notorious known for that whole trapping thing that they did, you know, in PvP. And it would just be all Rangers, and they would just lay traps and hide. And you would walk on top of the traps and just instantly die. Let's actually pull him back. Actually, we can switch, so you can have two pets at a time. Select it, and you can get switch back and forth between them every couple of seconds with C. Some of their heals are really dope as well. Look at this one. It gives you one of these boons, which is a long list. It's actually pretty crazy when you think of it. They have Signet of Stone, which is probably one of the best like damage reductions in the game. I mean, it pretty much makes you immune to damage for 3 seconds, and I believe outside of PvP, like in World versus World, I believe this thing is like 6 or 7 seconds. It's something like really crazy long. So if you go berserk, you just really just pop this, and you just go in and just smash the crap out of stuff. They still have traps, but their traps aren't as good as Dragon Hunter traps. Dragon Hunter right now is the class that you want to go to if you want range and traps. So when things jump on Rangers, the cool thing about them is they can get switched to melee and just beat you up. This is kind of like an enrage mechanic right here, and basically you and the pet get overly buffed, and you can really hunt down something. Oh no, she turned me into a what you call it. Oh, and my pet too? Where'd my pet go? Oh, the pet desummoned briefly while I was in that state. I don't think that's cool. I don't like how the pet would just desummon. Like, that's not realistic. Um, it's kind of lame. Rain of Arrows. People used to hate this skill. And actually, the sad part about Ranger is Ranger actually wasn't allowed in World versus World for a long time. And there was nothing physically stopping them from going to World versus World. But if you were on a very toxic world, they would not like rangers there. You know, they would not want rangers there whatsoever. So you would not get party invites. People would not even talk to you sometimes. And a lot of people would tell you to re-roll. And when they would kill you out there, they would find a way to say dead class. So it's just really funny. Okay, so here we go. This is the Druid. Now, I know many of you guys have played tons of other games that had the class name, the Druid, and mostly those classes were known for, you know, shape shifting and stuff like that. Not in this game. There is no type of shape shifting in this game. There is, you can transform into things, but nothing like animals or your pets or anything like that. So here's the Druid, and the Druid, I never liked it. My wife actually never plays Druid, and she's a Ranger main. She still plays base Ranger, and then now she plays Soulbeast because she really likes Soulbeast. But this class, I don't really have much to say about this class. This is a class that I absolutely don't like. I am not going to beat around the bush or simp for it. I just never thought this class just never really appealed to me. It doesn't seem exciting for me, and that's kind of sad to say because, you know, Ranger. I wanted to play Ranger for a long time, and I would have been kind of really disappointed if I was playing Ranger when this Elite Specialization came out. Now, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that the Elite Specialization isn't good. It's a great Elite Specialization. It's great in PvE and it's great in PvP. The cool thing about Ranger is, I'm trying to get this up right now to show you guys that they can go into Celestial Avatar form and it just does a crap load of damage. I wish this person would just like, I don't know if this person is just starting to attack everything because I was attacking everything to kind of get this up, but they're kind of annoying. Okay, so here we have it now, and then now we can go into it. And this form has always just been so weird to me. And here's the damage. It's just such a weird form. You don't stay in there for long at all. I just could never get used to that, to be honest. Like, it takes way too long of a build up for me. But I know one thing, when I run into Druids, I'm like, oh, it's a headache. Because they do, I think they're looked at as some of the best healers in the game. Yeah, like you guys can kind of hear it in my voice how, you know, disappointing this subclass is for me, actually. I actually hate it. This is probably, literally, this is like my worst thing ever. Like, it's just funny. So, let me see. I guess we have Glyphs, and I guess Glyphs came with Druid. I guess, because I don't even know, because I actually like can't stand this class. And I don't, it's not really it's not like you know, I can't stand it because they beat my class up, which is like my Necro, but I just can't get used to it. Like, I've tried playing it a bunch of times, and the glyphs just, everything in this class just seems like really weird. Like, I wouldn't use anything in here. I would still use bow over staff, and the staff sound kind of gets annoying over time. It really sounds like a submarine. I know whoever I hope whoever designed the Druid doesn't like watch my video and just like, what are you doing, Vox? Why are you talking trash? But dude, I just really can't stand this class. Like, it teleports, it freaking roots you. Like, I don't know. It's a really good support class, but it does a crap load of damage as well. And this is a pet. This is a new pet, like the bristle, whatever, back or whatever. He's a new pet from Heart of Thorns, and yeah, that's what expansion this horrible spec came out on. You know, not only can this class go invisible, teleport, right? Well, it's not really, it doesn't look like a teleport, but trust me, it's a teleport, right? Their pets can taunt you, which is like the most annoying thing ever when you're trying to fight a class that can absolutely heal a ridiculous amount, go invisible, full heal, root you down, teleport away, and what they do is they play combo with the staff and the longbow. So right now I guess have a sword on because like I said, rangers are not only just, range, they actually do swords as well. They can do a lot of good melee, and as you can see, the melees are so cool actually. Like I can't hate on that. Like the main design of the ranger is just very beautiful. Um these things, man, damage and apply conditions to nearby. Like all this stuff looks like lackluster. Like I don't think druids even use these things. Increase outgoing damage of nearby allies. Well, I guess they would use this, but it's only 600 range. So I mean, like, then you have the ultimate. You tether yourself to stuff, and I mean, I guess. I mean, the cool thing about this is the damage that you deal. Oh, wow, wow. Okay, whenever you take damage, deal damage to the foes you're tethered to. So, I guess that's really cool for PvP because you can go into a big group of people, click this, now you're like literally giving back all the damage that they're taking. And when you get into real trouble, you just go into this form and you're pretty much godlike. I've never seen a druid die inside this weird celestial form. And let me kind of zoom in on it before it goes away. But this is the form that they take, and it doesn't last too long. But man, let me tell you, I've never killed a druid inside of that form, and I've never seen one die inside of that form. So I guess that's why it doesn't have such a long cooldown. But yeah, that's druid. So here we have Soulbeast. Now Soulbeast is a breath of fresh air for the ranger completely. So in Soulbeast, which is from the Path of Fire expansion, you gain the ability to merge with your pet. And once you merge with your pet, you're able to use these skills up here. So you see how it has skills right here. Aurora, right? So we merge with the pet and boom, now you have two skills that you can actually use. And I believe, let me see, did the health increase a little bit? No, it doesn't seem like our health increased, but I think our toughness or something like that increases when we join with our pet, right? So now we're joined with our pet, and let's actually, dang, there's so many people here. Let's just try to go to a place where there's not a lot of people. Okay, people are everywhere. They're just camping all over. Alright, whatever. We'll use this right here. So, they gain the ability to use a dagger in the main hand. And the dagger is more of a condition damage, as you can see. Vulnerability, bleed, poison, vulnerability. So, it's really cool. But the sad part is, you're probably not going to use dagger a lot. I mean, you might. But the thing is, Ranger already has a bunch of melee weapons that are just like really beautiful and have really great animations. And the dagger is kind of, I would say, a little bit weak on the visual side when it comes to their melee weapons. I mean, because Ranger is really known for having really beautiful melee animations, but being able to cleave conditions onto things is really good. So, as you can see, we can hit two at once. I'm not sure if that's the maximum yet. It's maximum 2 targets, but the crazy thing is it's cleaving conditions onto people, which is really cool. Right. Then let's show you some of these pet skills. So here you have bite. Obviously you're gonna bite them because you're merged with your pet, and that's the bite animation. And then here you have, oh, this is actually a defensive buff because you got the beer, right? Wow, that's actually really cool. So depending on what pets you actually merge with, and trust me, you have a lot of pets. Let's actually go here. Actually, we have to run away again, sadly. But what the? A sand lion. We're definitely gonna use that. See what that sand lion's like. a lizard. We're not going to, okay, let's see if we can change him out for a sand lion. Oh, did I mess that up? Maybe we can change this one out. Okay, maybe we have to wait for cooldown. Let's, okay, so we definitely picked the wrong pet for that. Boom. Right? Then we're going to go for the bear, and then we're going to change the bear out with something crazy as well. Like, maybe let's do a pig. This is what this warthog. Okay, so let's go into the pig. So boom, we get maul, which holy crap is a lot of physical damage. To actually see right now, we have a condition thing. We're going to put on a physical amulet just so we can see the damage of this. So then you have a charge. So this is really cool because that means Ranger has so many different, you know, skills that they can actually deal with. And that was really cool. Primal Call. I can really see someone messing someone up with the pig. And the cooldowns aren't that bad as well. Actually, let's switch to an actual, let me see. Yeah, physical weapon. Look at all those conditions though. This is definitely meant to be a condition spec, so you'd probably be better off with dagger. And also, this is something that's really cool. So stances. Not only can you, like, you know, merge with your pet, which we just saw, and actually we're gonna switch and merge with the other pet soon. And what the hell? That's the sand lion? It looks a lot cooler on the picture. It looks, I don't know what it looks like, to be honest. It looks like some type of monster from Power Rangers. But here you have the stances, and the stances are really cool. So this thing removes conditions. It removes 2 conditions. No, it removes each second. Okay, it removes a condition every 2 seconds, which is a really good heal. Any heal that removes conditions is really great in my book, right? So then you have all these stances. And the cool thing about this, if you were to pick something like an amulet that has duration, like concentration, like this, say like power healing concentration, or you would really want something like this one, really. But we're in combat. But if you were to build a set around this, you would be able to have almost all the boons up permanently, because some of these boons last for a long time. You're talking about 7 and 9 seconds and stuff like that without any boon duration. And a lot of these do a lot of other stuff as well. Like this one gives you, let's see, 100% endurance regeneration. So your endurance regenerates like really fast, which is really dope. This one gives you protection, fury, swiftness, and regen. And the duration is increased by 66%. I don't know what the hell that means. Gain boons, increase the duration of the boon. Oh, wow. So, you pop this one. Boom, your boons last so long. And then you can pop all the rest of them. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So, all the boons under this one last 60% longer. So, as you can see, they almost last longer than the cooldown, especially the Fury. And then, if you had some boon duration on here, these things can almost permanently be up. So, like, boom, one button, and you have, like, all the freaking boons that are important. And protection is really the coolest one, you know. And I believe they have a trait when they do something, they get protection or something like that. Or protection gives them, what is it called? The one that it decreases damage from like damage over time effects. All these stances are just really cool. Striking foes grant you might and inflicts poison. So you can actually double down on the whole poison and stuff like that with that. And this is my favorite skill in the expansion. It has to be. So your successful attacks will trigger a second strike while in this stance. So it's a 60-second cooldown and it lasts for 8 seconds. And let's see. We pop it and you can kind of see the damage is stacking. So you're doing an extra attack for as long as the ability is active. You were doing it. So that's really crazy actually. You can really get some really nice bursts in with that. I can imagine people with like the longbow or something like that, press that, and then just boom, just shoot the person down. Actually, let's actually equip this. So we can't equip the longbow in combat, but yeah. So as a ranger, I don't think there's any spec or whatever that you won't use your longbow, any power spec that is anyway, because it's just so powerful and potent. And I'm not sure if people can use the longbow in PvE, but I mean you can in a fractal situation when it's not so serious. But I think they'll kick you out of raid or something if you didn't melee. So, and most of the time as a ranger inside of like raids, they're gonna make you heal or be condition damage anyway. So I wouldn't pick this class if you wanted to range and do DPS as range. Sadly, that's just not in the meta right now. Maybe it will be in the future, but the longbow is more small PvP type, like solo not solo, small PvE and solo PvE and PvP as well type of situation. But yeah, that's the Druid, and it's really cool. So I think it's one of the I think it is the best ranger elite specialization, and this is with Path of Fire.